This is Kevin Cleary, Nathan Mannion and Brian Ennis. They're the actors in our project The Horse Hill, a short film that utilises the 360 video format and examines if audio and visual cues can be used to create a more immersive experience within a dramatic narrative. So how did we do it? Well, first we wrote a script. We then drew out the storyboards for the main scenes within the narrative. Floor plans were done up for each of our locations. This allowed us to plot the movements of actors around the environment and helped us to prepare for filming. When filming, each of the actors was set up with their own individual lav mic. Each actor was also directed to try not to speak over each other. This meant that even if the lav mics were sensitive enough to pick up the other two actors' audio, the audio would never overlap, and so we had isolated audio files for each character dialogue. To create a truly immersive drama, we knew we couldn't have each scene be completely still with no movement. We wanted to test the possibilities of movement within the 360 environment. Traditional dolly systems wouldn't work, so we designed our own DIY remote control dolly. We called it Hank. Unfortunately, Hank operated rather loudly, and so all audio would have to be rebuilt during any movement scenes. When filming, we knew we wanted the viewer to feel as though they were part of the story. We done this by using methods such as placing a glass in front of the camera in the pub, having actors gesture towards the camera, and later even referring to the viewer through dialogue. Out of the 14 people we surveyed in our research, 7 of them knew from the very beginning that they were a character within the story. 5 realised partways through the narrative, and only 2 people felt as though they were a passive viewer with no ties at all. Each of the scenes were mixed with an Adobe Audition. First dialogue was synced up with the video, and then we added our soundscape. Each track was then exported as its own separate file and brought into sound particles. This software allowed us to create an immersive ambisonic track for our video by placing the audio within the 360 environment and using a virtual microphone system to create a 4-channel ambisonic track. This would allow the audio to track along with the head movements when viewed in a VR headset. When listening through a pair of headphones, the audio will move along with the viewer by panning between the right and left earphones to create a more realistic and immersive virtual environment. Each individual audio file was transferred from Audition into sound particles and positioned within the 360 environment. Sound effects such as doors closing or glasses being put on tables were positioned in stationary locations. However, character dialogue had to be tracked around the environment frame by frame, matching the character's movement. We then exported the ambisonic audio. This audio track was then synced with the video clips within Adobe Premiere Pro. The full video was then edited within Premiere Pro and exported as a monoscopic VR video file with ambisonic audio. This video file was then uploaded to YouTube, and anywhere between 24 to 72 hours later it was fully processed and ready for viewing. So were we successful? Well, each of the 14 participants surveyed were asked to score their immersive experience out of 10. The film scored an average of 7 out of 10 in immersion. Many of the participants cited the characters within the story gesturing towards them, as well as the ambisonic audio allowing for placement of certain sound cues that guided the viewer's attention around the environment, as factors that increased their immersion in the narrative. Unfortunately, there were factors that decreased the immersion as well. 2 participants noted that they were fully aware they were watching a film and felt no inclusion in the story at all. Out of the 6 participants who wore glasses on a daily basis, there were only 2 who cited eye strain and found the experience tiring. Looking at the results of our surveys, males tended to rate the immersion higher, scoring an average of 8 out of 10 amongst 7 males, whereas females tended to be less immersed, only scoring an average of 6 out of 10. Out of the 12 people that felt they were a character within the story, 6 male and 6 female, every one of them claimed that their character within the story was a male. This may be to blame for the lower immersion in females, as the majority of those interviewed cited all male cast as one of the reasons they felt that they were a male character. We believe that we've created a successful dramatic narrative using ambisonic audio and acting techniques to create an immersive 360 environment. But don't just take our word for it. Come visit our stall and book your place to experience The Horse Hill yourself.